Welcome to the Accents Way Crash Course, lesson number 3. Hi. Now that you've been practicing daily, right? I'd like to talk to you about music. In English, intonation, aka the music of the language, plays an important role. Intonation is what we do with our pitch, how we make a statement, ask a question, or include a specific attitude in our response. Every language has its own intonation patterns and a variable range of pitch, whether it's monotonous and low like in Spanish or Hebrew, or very wide and ranging from high to low like in Chinese. The problem is that non-native speakers tend to apply the intonation of their first language onto English, which sometimes results in lack of clarity and weak impact. It may also indicate a certain mood, other than what you might have had in mind when speaking. Not fun. After all, you don't want people to think you're asking a question when you're not, or come across as rude when you're only answering a simple question. But most importantly, you want to be fully understood when you speak and not place the stress on the wrong part of the sentence. Now, here are a few things about American intonation you should know. Stressed words are higher in pitch, longer, and stronger. That means they're louder. Words that are unstressed are usually weaker and shorter. How are you? I want to work. I live far from here. Do you hear that? How are you? I want to work. I live far from here. I live far from here. Let's see how the meaning of one sentence changes according to the shift in stress. I need small boxes. That's what I need. I need small boxes. Small, not big. I need small boxes. It's me who's asking for the boxes, not him. This idea is probably not foreign to you, as stress exists in most languages. Yet, you want to make sure you stress words by raising pitch and lengthening, and not just by increasing volume. Also, and that's very important, you want to make sure you stress the right words in the sentence. Stressed words are usually content words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverb. So it's most likely not going to be this project, but this project. Unless, of course, you're talking about this project in relation to another project. This project versus that project. Also, sentences usually end in a rising-falling intonation. Intonation. Ta-da. I raised my pitch. Ta-da. And dropped it at the end. That means that at the end of a sentence, there is usually some kind of stress for which you raise your pitch and drop down at the end. I'm going home. And not, I'm going home. It's part of the problem. I'd like to study history and fine arts. Fine arts. Rising, falling. Fine arts. And not, I'd like to study history and fine arts. WH questions also have rising-falling intonation and usually not rising intonation that is more associated with asking questions. So in fact, it sounds more like a statement than a question. For example, what would you like to do today? Instead of, what would you like to do today? Where are you coming from? Now, what's the solution? To assimilate American intonation, you need to open your ears and, yes, practice. Here's a good exercise to try. Pick a speaker you like and have the script in your hands. I recommend using TED Talks or NPR, National Public Radio. Listen to him or her and mark the places where you hear the pitch going up. Mark the stressed words. Pay close attention to questions and of sentences and phrasing. Using the notes you've marked on the text, imitate and repeat the speaker. If there are patterns that are more difficult for you to pronounce, work on them separately and thoroughly. This practice will help you to improve your perception, and once you start hearing the differences, it'll be a lot easier to apply them. That's it for now. Next week is our last lesson. We'll talk about my favorite aspect of American accent, rhythm. You almost made it. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful week.